always pretty good. So giving that just randomly on a 1/1.
No, I think it's a super cool card. It's a super cool card design.
It's a super cool card, but it's also super good.
Yeah.
Like,
but only in that
you had to ban like I think like 4 or 5 cards in Modern to make it okay. You had to ban Bridge, and you had to ban. There was
for other formats, it's definitely a problem.
For
Talking
us,
about Duel Commander, it's a cool card.
It's not a problem. It's just annoying when your opponent has it, because if he has it, you're always like, okay. If I don't draw my Swords to Plowshares here, I'm in deep trouble. So here we see again action replay, how the player managed to find the Bayou in his deck and play the Stitcher Supplier to mill 3 cards from his library into his graveyard. Also, mill is now a keyword, so we can say that, and we don't have to explain that to new players because it's a keyword.
Absolutely, and there's the land grant. Is he casting the land grant? No, he just milled it. All right.
You don't get a card in your hand by Stitcher Supplier. Card is not that broken. So on the other side, maybe stop complaining about Stitcher Suppliers and look at the opponent side. He has a Voice of Resurgence and a Croxa as the early game impact plays. He has a lot of lands currently.
Don't really like it.
So he probably doesn't want to cast the Brainstorm turn 1, but rather use it maybe like turn 3 to get rid of some of those lands.
Croxa isn't very useful here, and
it's not great.
Voice isn't good either. Okay, and there's just a Bloodgust. Verdant Catacombs, fetch for Swamp.
Yeah, get on
there
the
you
Bloodgust.
go.
And
with Hogaak. Typical Hogaak magic. Sunday evening.
Do you play Greaves in Hogaak?
I do, yes.
Okay, so yeah, I think if you have like the slower setup turns, it makes a decent amount of sense. And all the protection spells you can have that are like not complete garbage are usually worth it, because those are the cards that push the matchups that you would otherwise have issues in. It's like when we talk about like you include some cards that are not that great, but really help you in your worst matchups that also happen pretty often, which is control. And if you have the Greaves for the control matchups and you have an early Hogaak and you give it Greaves, that's pretty decent.
You can also you can. I think I would just play the Bloodgust now and attack. No, the Bloodgust has no haste yet. Never mind. Yeah, just play that. Just get the Greaves down. Attach them to Stitcher Supplier. Ping for 1. The thing is just the Hogaak player needs to think about if the Sisay player has a counterspell to just counter Hogaak.
You just play into it, right? Like,
yeah,
you don't play around Mana Tithe or Force Spike.
You can if you fetch for the Dread Arbor, but he just wastes his fetch. I don't like that. Nope, I don't like it. Thing is, this deck does not have insane amount of cards dealing with
wasting
Hogaak.
The fetch land.
Yeah, probably now he wants to cast Hogaak.
Yeah.
He is saying that it's alright not to go for Lightning Greaves. It doesn't make a difference in terms of speed, just that he skips the... There's a Brainstorm end of turn. That's your favorite.
Well, you have to do it sometimes, and sometimes you just have to find some ways to get on the board, and then you have to insta Brainstorm.
Yeah.
And like I said, you're only as flexible as your Brainstorm, as flexible as you are with your general spells. And if your deck plays a lot of mid-rangey threats and you need 3 mana on turn 3 and you need 4 mana on turn 4 to even to apply the same amount of pressure that your opponent is doing, you don't really have the luxury of waiting with the Brainstorm and getting the immense amount of value that you could get out of it otherwise. And he just has to look for an answer for
he has the answer because there's the Death Touch buddy. Although
yep,
He will get some excessive damage because of the trample. Very, very cool.
On the other hand, Hogaak already drew a refuel spell, so he might even be just in a position to just... Yeah, of course, attacking here with Hogaak would trade badly for you, but what is Morsh saying? It just gets all the lands, right?
Malsh gets only lands, yeah.
Yeah, right. So...
Most likely you're milling 2 to 3 cards.
And you have no other way to get cards into your graveyard, which sucks big time.
And what's also very interesting is that Lightning Grease.
Wait, Mulch puts 4 cards into your graveyard, right?
A maximum. Like,
And you
you
don't have
reveal the
to
top
take
4
land,
cards
right?
of your library, and you put all land cards revealed as in. It's a must effect. You can't choose
Oh,
it.
that shit. Okay, so otherwise he could have just played Mulch and attacked with Hogaak and then put Hogaak into his graveyard and then just recast him with the Mulch, but that's not possible here. I think the second option would be to... No, Bloodguts makes no sense here.
So you have so much pressure, you don't even need to think about it that long. I mean, a Sisay player is forced to block Hogaak with the Death Touch Buddy, so you have a Bloodgust dealing 2 damage, and you can Pendelhaven the Stitcher supplier to deal 2
and then
more.
just
You have
get
5
on the
excessive
Mulch.
damage, so 9 damage in total, down to 10. And either he's playing the Mulch or he's playing the Lightning Greaves. If he plays the Lightning Greaves now, would be okay if there's probably next turn there's another spell to fuel the graveyard or a fetch land or whatever. And I mean, the Hogaak player doesn't know about Dark Faden, which is
and
a
even
problem.
if he minuses the Dark Faden on Lightning Greaves, he's just skipping a turn to do that, and he takes another turn to actually get value out of that.
Yep.
And the value isn't very relevant because your Hogaak is not really looking to remove any creatures, so as long as the Death Toucher is in the graveyard, the fact that... Wait, what? Wait, what?
What, he just attacked with the Bloodgust and then didn't block?
Wait, that makes...
Okay.
Why
Probably
wouldn't you
because...
attack with the Stitcher Supplier? If he blocks the Stitcher Supplier, you just attack with everything. Wow. That's... Wow. That might just lose the game.
No, I don't think so.
Because now he can... Wow, I don't like this.
I don't like the fact that he didn't... What?
You're
he
just
is-
gifting time to your opponent.
Yeah, that's true. Totally. I don't like the fact that he didn't attack with Hogaak. I mean, although there's some
So you joined the
fuel missing.
lightning Greaves.
Nice. Those little situation or rare situations at which you can steal some useful artifacts actually. It's yours. You can't do anything about it. So there's a 7 Safekeeper and the deal is sealed. Guys, like he has 4 lands. Sequencing last turn would have been a thing. That's awkward. There's the Melch. Shaman, Vintron Elf, Basking Rootvala, and a Hex Drinker. All the good creatures. So there's the fuel for 5. There you go, Martin. That's what you wanted to see. And now
He didn't hit a land?
No.
Okay. So... Yeah, well, now you attack with Hogaak. You attack with everything, and... You could have just done the same last turn, and the game would look exactly the same. Plus, you had more damage. Why? What is he smoking?
I don't know either, to be honest. I mean, there's a 7 Safekeeper.
Jesus Christ, you have enough fuel, you have everything.
No,
Okay,
it's
okay.
to be correct, it's Jesus extra turns, but
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so he decided to go.
Yeah, this is the finals, yeah, right. Just attacking with the Bloodghast last turn makes 0 sense.
No, yeah. It was kind of strange.
And now he gets some damage in.
So he can get down 7 Safekeeper. And then he has 2 Convokers. Dark Faden is out. Well. Took so much time for you to go for the blocking decision.
Yeah, he wrote, he's thinking about keeping the Ayili around to keep Sisay at a bigger body.
So there's also, I'm not sure, like let's look at the list.
He can lock down the Hogaak with stuff like Ajani Vengeance. I'm not sure if there's a... You can Oko it if you have Sisay on 3. So there are some ways, if you can get a Sisay activation in some time in this game, you can get ahead by that. But I'm not sure if he's in a position to do that. Unless he draws an efficient interaction spell with Deck Faden, he's just dead on board.
So something that came into my mind was Dark Blast, but Hogaak is not featuring that card.
Because not playing the block.
Okay. Interesting. That's pretty much GG, isn't it? So, just a question here to the Sisay player. Why are you decided to include Eiley? Like, what's the upside here? Because the second ability seems to be not relevant at all. And well, the first one gives us some life for sure, but as we've seen in the previous game, that you don't really struggle fighting versus red deck wins or any aggressive deck.
Well, those games were still tight, so
they were, of course.
Maybe that's a reason to play it. Also, having a Death Touch buddy on turn 2 that has a decent size body and buffs Sisay by +2/+2, and this way you have if you play Sisay on turn 3, you have a 4/4 instead of a 2/2, so your curve looks way nicer.
Okay, yeah, I forgot that he's not playing any dorks. True. But I would still prefer to search for Ren and 6 instead of Eiley. Yeah, sure, you can join if you like to. You still have permission.
I would think so.
No, I don't think so either.
I would think so.
You would think so.
Well, I'm not sure why they would take away that ability. Wait, they took it away? Okay.
Yep.
So, can you just hit up Laura or something? Yeah. Just, I think they're not that busy anymore since most of the tournament is over.
Yep.
So they will probably...
So, there's a 6/6 Sisay now on board, which is...
That's pretty big.
Pretty big boy, that's true, but how relevant is it? I guess it's not relevant at all.
How much damage can he push here? That's 8, 3. He can only push 5 damage with the current hand.
What is interesting is that...
Why is he revealing the rest?
there was a discard from Deck Faden.
Okay, he missed one. Okay.
So, what is interesting that now that the Hogaak player attacks, Sisay player will definitely double block, and he needs to decide whether to kill Sisay or Ailey. Probably he will take Sisay, so Ailey and then with Death Touch will stay.
Yo.
Hello.
Yo, you just made it.
Yeah.
Please.
So
First, your microphone is very quiet, so you should.
Oh, sorry. Is this better?
Yeah, that's good. Right.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, just back to the Ailey. Like, sometimes you just want to find a 2/3 creature.
But is it really worth it with a CMC 5 cycle? I mean, from in my world, my philosophy is that ability really wants to find the best of the best. And
Yeah.
But you're not really finding her with the ability, right? You're just playing it to play it before Sisay, and if it's just in your deck, it's just in your deck. You don't really care. You have another target, right?
Yeah, it serves a lot of purposes. Like against some of the aggressive matchups, it's nice to just be able to play a creature early.
Okay.
And the Death Touch here is obviously really good. I actually missed the Pendelhaven and died to this attack, which is really embarrassing.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
a pretty long day. This is
Yeah,
like
that
round
makes
9 or something.
sense.
But I spent a lot of time talking with my opponents after the match about this moment, and don't think I have any ways to come back into the game really anyway. Yeah, because like I'm double blocking, he gets to kill the Sisay, then I'm going down to like 2 or something. I also think he should have attacked with the Sylvan Safekeeper.
Definitely.
Yeah, this game is just really lost. I get like one opportunity to draw a Wrath or something, but then he can recast Hogaak. Yeah, it's just really hard.
Yeah, that was the turn to Hogaak, and you just didn't find a relevant answer. Was just too rough.
Yeah. The Sylvan Safekeeper is actually super relevant as well there.
It's a super broken card. That's one of the cards that I think turns all the bad matchups that Hogaak has into at least okay matchups.
Yeah, and especially because this deck has so many options to search for that card.
Yeah, right. Land Grant kind of sucks here. Let's start it like that. Yeah, he has to take a mulligan. That's not much better. Winding Way for land can be nice, but on the other hand, he's probably playing like 30 lands or something. Not sure how greedy the Hogaak player have gotten. Yeah, 30 lands. So
32 actually.
Whiffing on the 30.
My source says 32.
Side? Wait, is the side thing tracking Dryad Arbor as a creature?
I was looking at creature. You're right. Land 30 and Dryad Arbor. Okay, 31. Dryad Arbor is on the creature side here. Certainly.
No, it's not. Wait, where's the Dryad Arbor?
It's on creature. The very first one for me.
Oh, right. Why is it above the rest? Oh, probably because it's a land creature. The rest is sorted alphabetically, right?
CMC, I guess it's sorted.
CMC.
Oh, CMC, I'm stupid. Okay. Yeah. Okay, your hand is pretty nice as well. You don't play balance, right?
I do.
You do. Okay, so we have a very nice Tainted Pact for balance if we
need it.
That's something we want to do.
Yeah. I have a lot of play here with this hand. Unfortunately, my opponent does not have a lot of play with his hand.
Yeah, right. Yeah, getting on the word makes sense.
Well,
And
unfortunately
destruction
for him.
against Hogaak
Wow.
is mostly not the place you want to be.
And the
Great
Great
hand.
Henge is just a card. It's so super insane for that deck. I mean,
Yeah.
But not very good here, sadly.
not yet. Yeah.
We'll
It's
see.
mostly uncastable unless you get Hogaak right.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
And yeah, my plan is definitely to hold up Mana League for most of the game. At this point, it's like kind of okay. I'm quite happy to see the elf here. After a mulligan, I can cast Thoughtseize and then leave up Mana Leak.
Yeah.
So, is there a chance to just cast Domri and fight the bird with the elf?
Yeah, I think I do that this game, but not this turn. I think I
Oh,
go for
wow.
the Thoughtseize first.
Prediction.
Just, just to see what's going on, and then obviously here it's like really bad for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You take the Winding Way, right?
Yeah, I takes the Winding Way, and
Yeah, with only 30 lands, that's basically game. Like
yeah.
90% of games. Unless he gets like really lucky.
Yeah, this game actually goes on for quite a while, I think. So I won't tell you what happens, but we can find out together.
I can make a crazy prediction. He will not draw a land. So let's see. So you're thinking about... No. Oh no, you're still thinking about the discard. Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking to take the survival.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Because the idea behind taking the survival is that it makes him kind of cast the Winding Way next turn anyway, and I'm gonna have Mana Leak up.
Okay, so thinking about countering the Winding Way.
Yeah, so maybe it's a better line. The line I found was just taking the Winding Way anyway.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting. Golgari Thug is kind of nice with survival.
Yeah. If the survival resolves, it's actually quite bad for me. But
On the other hand, that doesn't really find you a land, and you still need a land to get on the board.
yeah, well, he can go survival and then untap, discard Thug,
so-
discard Root
yeah.
Waller, and then find Dryad Arbor and play it. It's kind of nice.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, I didn't think about the Dryad Arbor. About the Dryad Arbor.
Yeah, because you get Arbor and the Basking Root Waller.
Yeah.
So it gives you more fuel for Hogaak as well.
So at some point, getting down Domri, letting the creatures fight, and potentially going for Tainted Pact into balance, totally negating his play.
Yeah, I don't think you even need the balance here. You're just fine with probably just playing aggressively, and then if you need something from the Tainted Pact, you just cast it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I just leave Tainted Pack in my hand most of the game.
You have enough plays. Why would you cast it? It's not like it gets you anywhere.
Yeah, it's not urgent, and it uses up the mana that I would otherwise be spending, like playing Sisay or activating it. But I think my opponent does cast a survival here, and it gets
So-
mana leaked.
That makes sense. So now that takes away all the hope he had for getting back into this game.
Yeah, and now he's just sitting on 2 removal spells, an uncastable Great Henge, and I draw the counter spell, which is quite nice.
Yeah, you would probably just get on Sisay here, right?
Yeah, I go for the Sisay, I think, and then he doesn't really have anything else to do but kill it, and I'm kind of okay with that. Just start burning out his removal. I'm thinking about the Domri line.
About the fight line?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe getting the Elvish Mystic out of play just reduces his chances of playing relevant cards this game even more.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you're not really doing anything if you... Oh, okay, so you're going for it.
Yeah, yeah, I go for it. I figure like maybe he draws a 2-drop.
And if he finds a
And,
middle 2-drop, there's Hogaak already, so...
Yeah,
There might
it's
be.
kind of awkward.
So... The question is, if you don't draw a land here, you probably have to Tainted Pact for land, right? Oh no,
I
you
think I
can plus
cast Sisay.
You can plus Domri to get Sisay. Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah.
I forgot about the mana part.
And he actually gets a 2-drop. I didn't know.
That was pretty nice, I think.
Yeah. This lightning
Yeah.
bolt's real sweet.
Yeah, that's a nice one. So now here comes the Sisay. It's a 4/4.
Yeah.
But it gets dismembered instantly.
Makes sense.
Oh, it's even the 5/4 with the Domri. It's nice. And another useless spell.
This Aladdin recall is actually insane. The line I end up finding is Aladdin's call for Deathrite Shaman,
Yeah.
and that just turns off his whole graveyard, and I don't think he has any way to play the game after that.
That's cool. That's super cool there. Yeah, you have a perfect mana to play the card.
Yeah. It also helps me casting Sisay 1 turn faster, which is kind of nice.
The other play would just be to Tainted Pact for a land, because you don't have any other options, and that just does the same effect on your mana, plus kills the opponent's deck, basically.
I mean, he's still lagging 2 Convoke pieces.
Yeah. I think with this, it's really tricky for him to find any way to cast Hogaak, because I can start taking away his graveyard. He has a land as well, and then I always have like a lightning bolt and counterspell if I want to leave it up.
So here comes the Root Waller.
Oh, nice. First, more or less useful creature.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter because you have the bolt. There is a Leo Vault.
Do you just want to fight with Domri and save the bolt?
Yeah, that's my play here.
Yeah. I think you
Yeah.
want to keep as much face damage open as possible to just finish the game as fast as possible. I
Yeah.
like that play.
So yeah, my play is to cast a Leovold, and I use the land in my opponent's graveyard, and then do a fight afterwards, taking out the Root Waller. I think for a little bit, maybe it's okay to do
Wait,
some other
is
combination.
Domri on 3?
Yeah.
Wait, the first turn you fight it with her.
So
So
it's
she went
on
down to 1. And then you plus your wands, right?
Yeah, for
Or did you plus it
Sisay, for the
twice?
Sisay play, and then again for the
Oh, and then for the
play.
Eladamri play. Okay. Yep, that makes sense. Okay.
But yeah, I'm thinking about other options like just bolting the Root Waller and leaving up Counterspell.
Wow.
But I go for the Leovold.
No reason not to get pressure in here.
I think it's okay. Cast a Leo Vault.
And you always have, if he does something stupid, it's not like Hogaak can kill you out of nothing.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
always just go for the Tainted Pact and find stuff like Kaya's Guile or something to just completely destroy him afterwards.
Yeah. And the other nice thing about Leovold here is if he does find the land, then his only action is probably Abrupt Decay, and I get to draw a card as well.
Yep.
There's a Once Upon a Time, and you can't cast it at all.
Yeah.
Wow. That's an awkward match for Hogaak.
Do you play Once Upon a Time in Hogaak?
No.
Yeah. I would think so.
I don't think it's a bad card, but I never felt like you need it.
If you draw it, it's just not that great.
But I mean, it has been a while that I touched that Hogaak version since I kind of lost the spirit to run that deck. No, it's like just my personal
Yeah.
impression. I mean, it's still it gets better and better with the prince.
Wait, did he just forgot about the Domri?
Yeah, we forgot.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, it's okay. We clean it up next turn.
okay.
Yeah, I actually have him dead on board here with the next attack plus lightning bolt,
yep.
which I think is what happens.
He plays a bolt here. And then you can just... Can you taint it back for something? Wait, he's not playing the bird?
Oh. No, he's just dead because he's on 9 and he deals 6 damage again. And he's down to 3
But
with
he
the
doesn't
lightning
know
bolt.
because he's still at 11 here, right?
Well, system might know that.
Okay.
Or realize at that time.
Nope.
So not playing the bird here makes 0 sense, right?
Yeah,
Or
we've just been playing for 8 hours.
Maybe he's thinking about having 2 creatures in 1 turn and then just being able to convert Hogaak and just running the birds out into a
Domri
disruption
activation.
spell makes, maybe that's a bit too greedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
now
even
he
have
goes
the
down to
counter-
9 and he's just dead.
You have the counter backup for anything. It's
Yeah, this was not really a game, unfortunately.
so why is he down to 4?
It's 3. He fucked up.
That's not
Yeah.
correct.
And the
Yep.
bolt.
Okay.
Well,
Quick
I
one
think
here.
the starting hand from was pretty greedy.
You think so?
It was. I think against a deck that plays counter magic and efficient removal and hand disruption, I think you probably want a hand that's a bit more well-rounded. But maybe the average 6 is just so bad that it's worse than that hand.
Well, that's the thing. He was already at 6. So is he going to go to 5?
Oh yeah, okay, it was already 6. I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah. It's really hard, I think. to
That
go to
looks
5.
a lot better.
Yeah, his hand is really nice here. And my hand is like, I've already mulliganed. This is a 6-card hand I'm thinking about.
Okay. How do you feel about Bring to Light?
It's nice if you ever get to cast it.
Okay.
Some matchups I find they have enough ways to keep Sisay off the board that it's kind of like an extra Sisay activation that's a bit more flexible. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like you play Demonic Tutor, right? It's just kind of like a really nice Demonic Tutor.
But it comes a bit later. So
Yeah.
I think. So yeah.
This hand for me is actually so awkward.
Yeah.
On a 6.
You have 2 you have 3 readers and you are on the draw, but
Yeah.
no, you are on the draw, right?
I'm on the draw here, so yeah, I get the probe plus the ice. Maybe if I need another draw step.
Plus the
I'm
draw step.
thinking
Yeah.
like, plus if I get the green, I get Euro. If I get the white, Ailey can maybe slow him down enough.
And fire and ice at the fire pot can be really, really backbreaking against Hogaak. If he, for example, has a hand with like 2 fuse spells that are instant or sorcery and not creatures, and you just roast both creatures and he's sitting there with no convokers.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that can happen.
Yeah. So unfortunately, he has Inquisition here.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
rough.
Kinda sick.
That's rough. Greens on Zenith is also very nice since he can get the Sylvan Safekeeper with that if he wants to in the later stages of the game.
Yeah. So he's gonna take my fire and ice here,
Makes sense.
and I'm in a really tough spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And even if you find the source for Uro, you're still not in great shape. Since
I was just muted, but the Fire and Ice has a total converted mana cost of 4. Can you even pick it with the Inquisition? I don't think so.
Oh, he can't?
I think that's not
Oh,
correct.
that's an interesting. Yeah.
That's a new role, right? Like a year ago.
Yeah,
or
they
something.
changed it like
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Cat or something.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's too late, but
Yeah.
cool.
Kind of a bummer.
That's a mistake from both of us, I guess. That really would have changed the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That sucks. I just send a message to the judge to let them know.
Yep.
Not that it's
Wait,
gonna-
let me look it up again.
Yeah, we
No,
can.
no,
Because,
you're right. 100%.
uh,
I'm pretty sure it is like that.
Yeah, the rules for that are like really weird. Oh no, that post is from 2013. That's probably not the best source for it. Here,
Yeah. I can
rule for split cards.
have a look on my phone. Rules.
In every zone except the stack, the characteristic cards are those of its 2 cards combined.
Yeah, yeah.
The mana cost of a split card is the command mana cost of the 2 halves. So in his hand, it's 4 CMC, so he cannot take it. Wow, I don't think that has ever come up for me, and that looks pretty relevant. At least that should happen a decent amount of time. Oh, Fires is interesting. How has Fires been for you?
It's like the best card in the deck, yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. It kind of works the same way that Standard Fires works, except when you cast 2 cards, you get a Sisay activation instead of giving your creatures haste.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't play Standard, so I've heard about the deck obviously, and the card has been banned by now. But
Yeah.
when the card came out, I brewed something with the 5-color Kenrith, if you know that card.
Yeah.
But that was pretty bad. It definitely is way better in Sisay.
Yeah. It's I don't really play much Standard either, but being able to play like your 2 best cards and then find another one of your best cards for free from your deck, it also allows you to somewhat get around command attacks in that, like, yeah, you still have to pay the tax, but you don't have to pay the 3 base every time.
Like Allurin.
Yeah, it's really nice for that as well.
Draws are awkward though.
Yeah, my draws are so
Inquisition is not really the place you want to be.
No, and I actually miscalculation here as well because he can't cast Hogaak right now, but I take Green Sun Zenith and then he can.
Yep.
So
You
yeah,
probably forgot about the shuffle part, or
well, no, as in like when I cast Inquisition here, I have to choose, right?
oh, it says you have to. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because you're searching.
But on the other hand, you don't know if he just has another creature, or you know because of the Gitaxian probe, right?
Yeah, I know because of the probe.
Yep.
But he also has a Bloodstain Mire, and it's just all.
And now he has the Demonic Tutor, so now he can cast it anyway. So.
Yeah. So he's just going here to fetch the Bloodstain Mire and then cast Hogaak, and I don't really have any spells I can cast.
So I'm back.
Sorry,
It's
my microphone
alright.
keeps falling.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just saying I can't cast any of my spells, and I'm just like sitting there asking for like a plains or a forest or anything
Land.
really. Yeah.
Kind of a bummer.
So here comes the Hogaak.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Let's see how he goes for it. If he gets
The safest play
plays the Demonic Tutor,
going for 7 Safekeeper.
probably.
I actually don't
Probably.
remember. So,
There's no way to. If he's playing Berserk, there might be some line with Berserk if he wants to go for it. The card was played in that deck.
Okay.
by quite a few players. Yeah.
Nah. Okay. But I've never. Okay, I tried it on my own. I've never seen a reason to run that card because it just.
seems
Okay,
kind of
but it was
excessive.
played.
Yeah, it was played, but I mean, it
And we've seen a lot of questionable deck building choices, so you
that's true.
you probably shouldn't be surprised if it was in that deck. So, but yeah,
But I mean, Ram through basically does almost the same,
Almost
just
the
way,
same
way
thing, yeah.
better.
yep.
Yeah.
That card is absurd in that deck.
Hi, he's here.
I don't play Berserk. Okay. Jesus,
Where are the
Laura
cards
just
gone?
spoiled me.
Where is your
Sorry?
graveyard gone? The graveyard is
Oh
gone.
yeah. So he put it to the bottom of the deck by accident.
Ah,
Oh wow.
Yeah. Luckily, like we know all the cards, and
Yeah.
there's a function for like taking the bottom card of the deck, so it's.
Oh right,
It's
yeah.
kind of
For
fine.
Grenzo, I think you need that anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's fine here. We just get a judge, and then he tells us to click like the take bottom card of deck button, and it kind of all works out. But yeah, my line here definitely is like draw a land that I can cast a spell with, and then draw a land that I can cast fires, and then maybe I'm okay.
To draw a land that casts Kaya's Guile and maybe get away. But yeah. So a question besides the game while we are waiting here for the stuff to resolve. Are you actually from New Zealand or are you
Yeah, I was born in
okay,
Auckland.
so why are you, or how did you come to play Duel Commander? Because I don't think we've seen any other players coming from New Zealand to this format.
we have one in Darmstadt. That's not right.
Sorry?
We have one in Darmstadt.
Oh yeah, okay. One of our very good friends who plays Duel Commander with us spent I think
A couple of
his
years.
childhood abroad in New Zealand, but
Yeah.
we don't know of any Duel Commander communities over there. Let's say it like that.
Yeah, there aren't. My fiance is French.
Okay.
Yeah, and we moved to Paris in January.
So you are currently not in New Zealand. You are in France.
No, yeah, we're. in
Oh, okay,
France.
okay. So
Yeah.
that makes a lot more
So,
sense.
first step, you have chosen the right Magic the Gathering format. Congratulations, sir.
Yeah, the format's really fun. I don't know what else to say.
It's super
yeah,
cool. I mean, yeah.
competitive, and it feels kind of like a mix between Vintage and Legacy, which are my other favorite formats as well. So.
Well,
it's-
yeah. I would.
It's definitely gets shaken up a lot more than those formats, which is nice. Well,
Yeah.
currently Wizards are printing a bunch of broken cards with probably Legacy every 2 months, and Vintage probably the same with Lures and the other cards. But I think
Yeah.
like having the format shaken up every time they print a decent legend is very, very nice
Mm,
to have.
yeah, for sure. I've looked into Uro and Croxer as well a fair amount before this tournament. Some recent legends which are really cool.
So, it seems that second player might join our talk here as well soon.
Yeah.
Just waiting for him to get...
I don't want to give it away, but there isn't really much more to talk about for this game, I think. You can,
probably it isn't. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see me failing to draw land. And my opponent finds the line of Demonic Tutor for a Thoughtseize, and I have no outs.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
happens.
rough.
You know, like, I'd rather it happen in the last round of a tournament than like the second round or something.
Mm.
I actually lost the first round today. So yeah, I had to come back on a winning streak to...
Wait, didn't you draw into the top 8?
Yeah, I lost and then 3 wins, and then 3-1-1 was enough.
Wait, didn't it show you at 4-0? Or was that another guy? Also,
Uh,
that was probably another one.
Yeah, that was my opponent.
Okay.
So the guy that I played against in the quarterfinals was my round 1 opponent.
Oh, okay.
He beat me. Yeah, and then I got to give him payback in the quarterfinals. Which was quite
That's
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
So no blood moons today, or did was that the way you got beaten in the first round?
No, my opponent was playing Kess. And,
Oh, okay. So not semifinals was red deck wins, right? Not the
yeah.
quarterfinals.
Yeah, and you saw all of that match, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a really interesting round 4 as well. It was again the Karizev matchup. I think it's slightly favored to me, but it requires Sisay to play really well, and like kind of draw well as well.
I think any deck that has like a decent amount of creature interaction and some ways to gain life always has a chance against Kari. And Sisay might be lacking a few of those very efficient interaction spells. I think are you playing all 3 bolts, or chain lightning bolt and flame slash?
No, only lightning bolts.
Okay, so but you play here swords to plowshares and fatal push.
No fatal push actually.
Oh,
It's-
interesting. Okay.
So the early interaction is lightning helix, swords to plowshares, lightning bolts, terminate,
Tribal flames.
tribal flames, and dreadbore, and then some of the more expensive like maelstrom pulse, vindicate, supreme
Yep.
verdict.
Yep.
Um,
So I think that's like a bit of the downside compared to other decks, that you're lacking like a few of those. You don't always have 2 bolts for the 1-drop and for the Karizev. So they probably deal a bit more damage against you with the creatures, which we saw in the second game, I think.
yeah.
But just getting down decent creature pressure and having life gain sources just puts you above Karizev, since Karizev cannot really afford to play more creature pressure in our format.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
And
So the game just finished.
okay, so we go to the final game of the final round.
No, that was
Yeah,
the
that was
final
it.
game of the final round.
Wait, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
Wait.
really anticlimactic finals, to be honest. Like, the first game was just the turn 2 Hogaak, and I couldn't
Oh,
really
I
deal
forgot
with
about
it.
that one.
And then the second game, he had no lands, and the third game, I had no lands. So, yeah, that's it.